Hey everyone, this is Doran Davis. I'm the local realtor in Palm Coast, St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, Flagler, and St. Johns County. But this is the Palm Coast real estate market update for April 2026. So we're going to dive in, see some of the data for the surrounding area, which will help buyers and sellers what they need to know right now. First thing that you'll notice is that, Palm Coast is shifting a little bit. But what it means, you're going to have some price adjusting inventory. You'll have more power when you are negotiating. But sellers, they also need a strategy, that old list it and sell it, that approach no longer works, as you see. So you definitely have to have smart pricing and presentation are essential. So we're going to go over some of those things in this presentation today. So let's go back. So here's some key numbers that you really want to see with regards to the market in Palm Coast as it stands right now. The median listing price of homes are about 485,000, and that's down 2.8%. So sellers, they are adjusting the expectations. You already know that if you're going to list your home, there's going to be some negotiation. Now that's the listing price, but if you look at the sold price, that's 410,000 is the average, and that is down 3.3% year over year, but it's still strong, but it has softened. $249 per square foot, stable long term, and there are 1,370 active listings. Yes, inventory is growing in Palm Coast, especially with all the new home constructions for buyers. Yes, with this shift, that means you're going to have more negotiation, time to negotiate, and then the inventory is increasing. So this gives more options, the most options we've seen in Palm Coast in several years. So there is a window of opportunity, but in order to take advantage of this, we want to be informed and prepared. So let's first figure out, what does this mean for buyers? Well, right now, this puts you in a strong position. There's more homes to choose from with over 1,370 active listings, so you have options. You also have more time to decide. It says homes are averaging 71 days on the market, so you can take your time to do proper due diligence. This also gives you increased negotiation power. Maybe you can negotiate the price, maybe credits for closing costs or repair addendums. These are things that will not be available if this was a seller's market, like you said, old time listing. Forget it. Now you can negotiate. And then you can ask for some other concessions, maybe like pre closing repairs, rate buy downs. So these are some of the things that can reduce the buyer's out of pocket expenses. So sometimes this helps you to buy smarter, not faster. Certainly, we're not in a time where we waived inspections. No, inspections are important. That's why the repair addendums are very helpful. So what is something that a smart buyer will do right now? So we don't want to really focus on the purchase price, but maybe some other things we negotiate the seller is going to be. And we can also leverage that seller motivation. Why are they selling? Are they relocating? Do they need to move out of state? That really can help you. Maybe there's some upgrades that they've done or need to do, or financial flexibility. Maybe might be able to help solve their problem. And then when the rates decrease, that's when the buyer, that's an excellent way for us to compete. So rate timing does call for some insight. Yes, even though interest rates may stabilize or decrease, and it might sound like a reason to wait, but savvy buyers know the opposite is true. Lower rates, more buyers are entering the market. That means more competition, but higher prices and rates. So if you buy when there's less competition, that really gives you negotiating power. So certainly don't want to just wait for rates to drop. Now, what about sellers? How can sellers still win even though it seems to be a buyer's market? Well, even though qualified buyers are in the market and they're ready to move, we you'll have to have still be able to have some negotiation. So even though buyers are still actively purchasing homes in Palm Coast, demand hasn't disappeared. It's simply become more selective. So if you present your home well, then of course it will change. So because of Palm Coast lifestyle affordability in comparison to other Florida markets, able to put your home in a position to attract those buyers, your whole. So this is what it's good for you to know what buyers need. So they expect fair price and solid presentation and a willingness to negotiate. So if you know this ahead of time, then when they negotiate or have a well-priced home, and the difference is your strategy. So if you notice ahead of time, this will help. So what's a good seller strategy? So let's take a look at it. First thing is price your home right. Set a competitive price from day one. If you overprice the home and then you have to start coming down in price, sometimes people wonder, why is this price coming down? Is there something wrong with the home? So if you price it right the first day, this really helps you. Now, the next thing is presentation, stage and photograph to impress. Unfortunately, sometimes I see some listings and the person took their own pictures and you can tell it just almost makes the home look dirty, unpresentable. So if you get excellent professional photography, this makes a big difference. And then also be prepared in that that's what's coming. And then know your buyers. Match listings to today's expectations. So each step is a strategy is non-negotiable in today's Palm Coast market. And if you skip either one of them, it increases your days on market. So this is an excellent strategy for sellers today. What's a bigger picture? Here's a little snapshot of the Florida market in a context. So Florida's statewide median price is from 417 to 420,000. This is steady demand. It attracts in migration from higher cost states. Yes, the price cheaper and you have better weather. Also, it says the statewide inventory supply, and then the buyers are re-entering. So sideline buyers might have paused during the peak rates, but now they're re-entering the market as conditions improve. So that is why it's certainly a prime time for buyers to get in the market now, because as more buyers come in, then you're gonna have more competition. So here's a local comparison of Palm Coast versus nearby markets, so you can kind of understand the landscape of Palm Coast. Again, as we notice, the median price of homes in Palm Coast was 410,000, which is an excellent value for a coastal Florida market. We do also have a growing infrastructure. They're really expanding the town center area, so we're having a lot of new development and a lot of new restaurants and stores are coming to Palm Coast. So that makes it a best buy in the region. Now we compare that, even though the historic charm is there, but it demands a premium. And it is closer to Jacksonville employment centers, but you're still going to pay more for that privilege of being in the nation's oldest city. And in Ponte Vedra, the average median sold price is $643,000. So that's where your luxury market. It's a higher income professionals, proximity to Jacksonville. So even though Palm Coast offers a similar Florida lifestyle, it is dramatically up. And then Ritz-Carlton residences are soon to be built in the Hammock Dunes area, so there will be some luxury in Palm Coast as well. So what can you expect moving forward in the Palm Coast market? Well, as more buyer activity, there will be more buyer activity if the rates drop. So a reduction in mortgage rates will trigger a significant surge in buyers. So the continued competition will come in the desirable Palm Coast sections, and there'll be pricing pressure on outdated homes. So homes that are dated, overpriced, poorly presented, they will face increased pressure as buyers' expectations rise. So as that sits and it's overpriced, yes, there'll be more negotiation needed. So this window opportunity really is now for a buyer to take advantage before the shift. So here's your final takeaways. Negotiate far more open to price reductions, closing cost credit, favorable terms more so than they were 2 or 3 years ago. So this is great for buyers. Also, you have better deals. It's a combination of the softening prices, growing inventory, means buyers can find more home for their money compared to the frenzied market we had during COVID to 2021 to 2023. And like you said, there are more options, 1,370 active listings before there's more demand. What about sellers? What are some final takeaways? Well, if you want to win in this market, you definitely have to powerful marketing tool. If you price it at or significantly below market value, it's going to generate showings, competition, and a better final sale price. But if you do it too high, it's going to sit. Also, market it correctly. Professional photography. I know you can save money by taking your own pictures, but get professional photography. In description, that can really help. And then targeted digital advertising. We can't get away from, using platforms that can promote your home. So this is how you can spread your house to many people. And also understand the buyer's mindset. See, today's buyers, they are informed. They're using social media. They're informed, patient, they have options. So we know that ahead of time as a seller, that you certainly want to not have your home overpriced. They're already seeing that, comparing your home with others. And they also seeing it poorly presented. They look at a house that is presented well, professional photography, and then another house, if yours is not using that, there's going to be a comparison. So if you meet them where they are, this will be the key to a success. You build your strategy. Whether you're buying or selling in Palm Coast, I'm here to help. You can call or text me, reach out anytime. I'll be available to answer your questions. You have my email address that's here. I can help customize give you a customized market strategy specific to your situation. And then if you want this custom market strategy, in fact, you want a copy of this report, you can download it. I left the PDF right here, but also give you an opportunity to set up a meeting with me on my calendar. If you click this, you can set up a 30-minute consultation. I'll be able to go as tours, prices, strategy if you're trying to sell your home. That way we can get your home sold or help you buy the right home. So again, this is the market report for April 2026. Give me a call. I'll be sure to help you.